of that Zeus banner, but let's go ahead and jump right into it. It's game 1, round 7, YCS Orlando. It's time to duel.
Let's see that all-important dice roll.
Yeah, the die roll has been very important today so far. We'll see if it continues to play a role. At 11, 10, just not enough, but it looks like Donald will be going first.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Yep, you're ready to go. Fist bumps, good luck. It's time to duel. Let's see what Donald has in store for us.
Stand by. Me?
I'm going to be leading with that toy box here. Toy box going to be able to use its effect.
Set toys from the deck or green.
Yep, going to be able to access 2 of those toy box monsters from the deck. It's going to get Toy Soldier and likely, I believe it's the Toy Tank.
Yep, Toy Tank. Going to set it face down. Toy box is a great way to get started. At least gives you 2 cards that you can send for the White Forest effect.
So you just set the
Toy tank.
Just the Toy Tank.
I'll set one.
Oh, it looks like that probably means you're going to have to set the Toy Soldier from hand.
Activate a second toy box.
A second toy box. This card is not once returned, I don't think at all. But
A lot of toy cards here coming down for Donald.
Spell trap.
That's all.
Yep.
Come on, if I read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just need to see the other effects of it. But that effect's
oh,
good, though.
was that a pass after that?
Right.
It might be like if you don't have any White Forest cards, the toy cards don't really do much of anything.
Yes.
Okay, he didn't.
Yes.
He's using
Okay,
the toy box effect to send them both to the graveyard so they can both special summon out.
Where are the chains going?
This will search for a level 4.
The
This will
toy
target
soldier's
itself
gonna
with special summon
add-
from my hand or graveyard.
Now, is this, what is this searching for?
This is what you expect to see when you're playing something a little bit more unconventional. Your opponent is not going to be familiar with your cards and will not know how to respond to them. Looks like there's going to be an Availer on the Toy Soldier, but Toy Tank is able to resolve some, and then we're summoning.
LZ.
That looks like LZ as a Mina of the White Forest.
This is where he wants to be. He's going to be able to synchro summon for a level 6 synchro. Oh, no, he's
no,
going to. Sorry, I spoke too soon. It's going to be a
It's
leak.
just an IP.
Just an SP Little Knight pass with another set card to the spell and trap zone.
Stand by. Alright, I'm going to activate Beatsmith's Trap.
You're going to be leading with that Fiendsmith track here. Going to want to deal with the SP Little Knight outside of the battle phase. There's a hidden ability in Toy Box, but I'm pretty sure
You chain the effect.
Austin took his time to read it.
Yes, on something.
Definitely don't want to just declare a battle willy-nilly.
Is fine.
Okay, so we have the Azaroon statue, which is going to kind of works like a Thunder King, where if your opponent special summons a monster, not by a card effect, you can tribute off the field and negate that summon. So
Yeah.
maybe that kind of hints at some other cards that he might have in his extra deck. Definitely cards you don't want to open up with when you can go into something like Silo Hat Rabbit and set it from the deck.
Yep, and that's going to immediately be negating the summon of Requiem here. And then we get to go off with the Bonfire. If this hits an X Ryzeal, that could mean quite the end of the game. But no, we're going to go for the Ice Ryzeal here.
Summon Ice Ryzeal, temp, or Ice Ryzeal effect.
That's a special summon deck.
Yes,
I'll chain SP.
that's fine.
Going to be chaining the SP Little Knight to get rid of the Ice Ryzeal, but Ice Ryzeal will resolve, be able to special summon one of those Ryzeal monsters from the deck.
See if he goes for Sword or X. It's going to be X.
I proceed to do X.
X effect's going to let him add Sword to the hand.
Special sword, sword.
Good.
Now, Austin knows he doesn't have any interruptions to really deal with except for Toy Box's effect in the battle phase, so he just has to really find his way across.
All right, Ryzeal Duo Drive.
I'm going to do a Jewel Drop.
Going to detach 2 to add 2 Ryzeal cards from the deck to the hand. It's never good when this card resolves.
I think, well, it's bad for one person specifically.
Oh, yeah.
It feels great for the other side.
Great for Austin. He's going to add Ryzeal Cross and looks like
Another copy of Ice,
Yep, Ice Ryzeal.
Have not special summoned it from the hand yet, so that can function as an extender, and that's usually pretty telling that there is a copy of Node in Austin's hand already. We're going to be activating the Ryzeal Cross here now. Going to be special summoning X Ryzeal. Going to be sending potentially a copy of Eclipse Twins. Okay. X Ryzeal's effect on the field will activate, add a copy of Sword Ryzeal from the deck to the hand. And now that is a nice little grip of Ryzeal monsters in his hand, able to continue extending further.
Yeah, we're going to see where he goes from here. Definitely not the opening that Donald wanted to see.
Not enough White Force, too much toy.
Unfortunately for him, but you know, it's what happens sometimes. That effect dealer was probably pretty key on slowing down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But now he is going to summon the Ice Ryzeal from hand by sending another copy of Ice Ryzeal to the graveyard. Those two are going to overlay for Ryzeal Detonator.
Yep. I just check to make sure Toybox needs to send one of his own face-down cards to even use its effect in the battle phase to destroy an attacking monster. So there's really nothing stopping Austin from just going for game here. But it looks like he's just going to play safe, just swing in for...
Oh, sorry. This, yeah, sorry. Sorry. Horizontal, yes, sir. I'm going to let you cut my deck. I'm going to attempt to Ryzeal across. Targets.
That wasn't clear. Was he attacking with those monsters, or was he just touching
I
them?
think he was just adding up the damage.
Yeah.
So now Ryzeal Cross is going to allow him to put 2 Ryzeal monsters on the bottom of the deck so he can draw a card. That's not a card he wanted to see, I don't think.
Special note.
So he's going to special note, discarding the card he drew, Fiendsmiths in Paradise. Now it's in the graveyard, so actually not a bad draw.
It's not the worst, yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a Light Fiend in the graveyard with the Luri, right?
Right. And now he's going to summon Node. Node brings us back the sword. Can we see an Eclipse Twin make Detonator attack twice, one time? That'd be cool. Does he play 2 copies of Eclipse Twin?
No, we're just gonna go into battle now.
I don't have enough for game, but I can go battle. Yep.
This is still quite a bit amount of damage.
1400, 2500.
He would have enough if he had Eclipse Twins. That would have been cool. I've been wanting to see its effect on field actually activate, but unfortunately I will continue to wait.
Now, on the follow-up, though, he still has both those toy boxes that he could activate, given into a
Uh,
Detonator, not the best, but there still is an SP Little Knight coming back as well.
So I'm at
Still asking for a lot here. The Detonator is causing a lot of problems.
A lot of damage. A lot of damage.
Proceed to main phase 2. Yep.
You can see him overlay the 2
yeah.
level 4s.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
that'll
present-
do a lot of what he needs it to
No,
do.
you like cut the deck.
Bristol is
I
pretty
will
good
proceed
against the
to
toy
the
cards
phase.
and White Forest.
Does Node have more attack than Dweller?
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Main phase? Or
Angel.
standby?
But that's okay. I don't think the little bit of damage difference will make too much of
I'll
a
chain.
point in this game.
Chain detonator target.
All right, that's one Detonator use down.
Main phase?
Yes.
Toy box effect.
All right, that's one of the toy boxes. Gonna be met with Detonator. He can still activate the other toy box?
Oh, that's not once per turn.
No, sir. It's once per copy.
We ball.
All right,
All right.
Detonator's used.
Now, what is the card that he
Alright.
drew? It's nothing. Nothing useful.
I don't know what one card can do it in the White Forest deck, honestly.
Yeah, not a lot of good options there
I
for
realized if I
him.
hadn't activated cross there, I could have killed you.
I mean,
I'll send it off of the.
I think you would have been able to win that
No,
game if you just
I
didn't use the
activated
Eclipse
two
Twins. I just want to see someone make something attack
did
twice
double
with Eclipse
detonator.
Twins. Is that too
Yeah,
much to
you
ask?
know, yeah.
It's on my bingo sheet.
I messed up.
Speaking of bingo sheets, I don't think I've said anything's my favorite card yet this weekend. I mean, there's
You said a lot of
chance-
things were your favorite decks. You said Kawaki Meru was your favorite deck, and I don't believe you.
It's one of my favorite themes of all time.
Why? Explain.
It was good during one of the Time Wizard formats,
Oh my
2014, right?
No, he was not good.
Diamond Core, baby, it's good.
Of all the decks you could play in 2014, sure.
I hadn't been playing, and I came back into the game, and everyone tried to convince me to play it, and I was like, "Are you sure?" That was a cool deck. Knight's a good card, and so is Quackmere Drago, but that's neither here nor there. We do see Donald unfortunately fall in game 1 to the Ryzeal strategy. I mean, if he just had a few more White Forest cards instead of so many copies of the toy stuff, he would have been able to really showcase what the deck could do going first. But hopefully we get to see some of that awesome White Forest stuff in game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we talk about when we compare the most powerful strategies in the current format with more off-the-wall strategies like White Forest Toy Box. It is a very potent, powerful deck, but it relies on these 2-card combos, whereas these other decks can get so far with just one.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the downside of playing it, but there's some advantages to it as well, because, I mean, it's an unexpected deck, so maybe people aren't prepared with their side deck for your strategy as much. I know Dimensional Barrier's kind of fallen out of favor since so many of the decks that Dimensional Barrier was good against are now including the Fiendsmith cards in their deck to counteract that kind of strategy, so I've almost seen Dimensional Barrier completely disappear out of players' side decks. And maybe it's still around a little bit, but not as much as it was.
Maybe like a 1-up for Thrust or something like that.
Definitely.
But you know what has increased in popularity this weekend for the first time?
What's
Meows.
that? Meows.
That's a lot of draws if you want to resolve your toy box cards.
Yeah, they do. That card does line up pretty well into the toy cards. But yet we haven't seen a Mulcharm and Meows
No
all
one's
weekend.
tried
I
to do it
don't
today. You know?
understand.
It's because they want all the feature match Malice players to win.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, Malice has been having a really good
A
time
little
on
too
the
good of a
feature
time, you
feature
know?
match stage. It needs a little bit more interaction from the other players, but We'll have to see if people will be able to take down Malice, but for now, we will get to see White Forest go first again here in game number 2. The decks are shuffled. The players have drawn their hands. We are mere moments away. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. It's game 2 of round 7, YCS Orlando. Both these players are undefeated, I believe.
Stand by me.
Yep.
Ooh, that hand does not look particularly good.
It will add
We're going to start with the Sylvie.
Yeah, the Sylvie's going to come down and let him add a White Forest card if it resolves. Does he have it in Ash Blossom? He does.
Ooh,
Activate.
that does allow him to resolve Triple Tactics Thrust. Let's see what he sets here. Potentially maybe just a Woes of the White Forest?
Sylvie.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the Woes.
Go for Woes. Woes will let him Synchro Summon during the opponent's turn.
By summoning a monster from, is it from deck?
I think so.
Maybe with the trap card, I just need to know if it's at any point or if it's just main phase.
Any point.
Okay,
These are great questions to be asking.
Any point to summon and
gotcha.
synchro.
Yep. Make sure you know everything that your opponent's cards do, especially if they're cards you probably don't see too often.
And I will set 2 cards.
You know, we talk about how explosive the deck can be. Sometimes you just got to play slow and steady.
Draw for turn?
Mhm.
Anything in draw?
Nope.
In draw phase, I'm gonna pull the loss.
That could be pretty good. That could be really good here. That's a lot of cards.
Alright.
Yeah, because the Woe special summons from the deck and then Synchro
He activated
summons.
Pot of Greed, just delayed.
Oh, man. So Flawless,
That's,
not too bad here as a 6th card for him.
Okay,
Or it could
yeah,
have potentially been his opening hand. He was holding it.
And there is the Woes on the summon of the Ice Ryzeal.
Donald's going to have some Woes here as his opponent's going to draw a card. He's going to summon LZ.
Here now. He's under the effect of cool off.
Yeah, I want to know. He should be drawing 2 cards off of that, right? Even though it's one effect because it happens
Yeah.
sequentially? Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I'm not a judge, as we found out earlier. So let's go ahead
Question
and
I have, am I
see.
immediately drawing here or am I
Yeah,
drawing
I think he immediately draw.
Yeah.
right now? I'm saying, am I drawing 2 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so draw 1, draw 2. He's going to summon, is that Rasilia or Silvera? It's Silvera the Wolf.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
I-
which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
effectively a Book of Eclipse.
Really good. Yeah, flips all your opponent's monsters face down.
The
Really
LZ
strong.
was used as a synchro material as well, so he's going to be able to search off of it.
Yep, you add a Sinful Spoils from the deck to hand.
So yeah, both those fiends, the Ryzeal monsters going to the grave, adding Wanted to the hand off the effect of LZ. Can Austin continue from here?
There you go.
All right, he has extra Azeal. He's going to be able to send Aggregator to the graveyard, special summon extra Azeal from the hand.
This is going to let me add a Fire Pyro.
Yep, and now the Samvera is negated. Not that I don't really know if it did much else at this point.
I don't think so, but you might as well.
It does double piercing, I'll let you know. But
It gives all your synchros double piercing.
Ah.
Whoa. It's one of my favorite parts about White Forest. If you can summon like all the synchro monsters out together, they all boost each other up and get some really cool, awesome bonus effects.
team effort here from the White
Yeah,
Forest.
Oh, yeah, White Forest. Toy as a mean White Forest, it's a complete team effort to win the.
Oh, that is a
Yep.
Droll and Lockbird.
Not
That's
a
pretty-
bad one.
That's pretty potent here. It cuts off the Fuelas as well. Not that,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it matters too much, but
All right, and he draws the statue. Unfortunate. Something you usually want to set with Silhouette Rabbit, but it can still work as a form of disruption to try and stymie Austin's plays here.
yeah, it works doubly because you're not able to really clear it in battle either because it will destroy the monster that was used to attack over it. So you just have to hope to extend past it. Maybe he will overlay for a detonator here and then just hope to have 2 more bodies to extend further because I do see that he has them.
I'm getting text messages over here from 2-time champion Tyree Tinsley. I'm ignoring you, Tyree. I'm busy casting right now, my friend.
He said he was Tyree's protege.
Yeah,
So.
apparently. Tyree's out there watching you, Austin, just so you know. And now we do see the 2 monsters overlay for a rank 4. It's going to be
Abyss Dweller. Interesting. I don't know if that'll force out the statue.
15 is not any bigger.
No, okay.
He said, okay. He activates the effect of Dweller.
I'm gonna do a storm target.
Drew Swarm effect on the Sylvie. Sylvie can no longer chain because of the effect of Dweller. And now this is a pretty efficient way to get rid of the Azure Rune if you're able to link it away. Yeah, Ice Rise sending the Drew Swarm is a really efficient way of dealing with it.
This is interesting. Okay.
Tyree's proud.
I'm sure he is.
Special note.
Now he's going to special node from the hand, overlay those two for probably a detonator. Yep, Raziel detonator's going to come down. He'll be able to attach to the aggregator. Yep, there it is.
One of the most
underneath.
powerful cards in the game at the
I
moment.
would like to receive battlefield. Okay.
Things are looking good here for
Standing
Austin.
attack over. Okay. Vector 17. Well,
17 connects. There is a wanted in the hand for
yes. 17 was only-
Donald here. Not going to be really all that functional into the detonator. You're going to be spending a lot of cards to activate every one of your effects, and you won't even be able to get the draw of it because of the Dweller. Getting rid of the Sylvie as well, so it is not able to float back onto the field.
Sounds good to me. Draw the one. Draw.
I'll Dross return. Let's see if he activates.
draw.
Draw phase wanted.
I would like to go this way.
This Dweller is activated.
Thinking, sorry.
He might be chaining Infinite Impermanence on the detonator.
Yeah, top row. Okay.
Interesting choice. Sure.
Gets the node to the graveyard there.
Main phase?
Yes.
Going to summon Esteller, I believe.
So does
Or is that
so question on that effect?
LZ
Does
of
that
the White
summon
Forest.
and add?
I think that's
Or does
LZ.
it start? Is it?
Summon to add to all.
Yeah,
so
Stellar's
it's
the
it's
one
on
with the hat.
activation
Yeah, it's
of that
LZ.
summoning, it will
And it's
add,
all one
correct?
effect.
Or is it
So it is
starting
not a
to
separate
change?
effect that activates on the field.
It's all one effect.
Yep.
All one effect. That's what I need to know. That is fine.
So detonator, even though its effect is negated, still has the aggregator under it. So if you time it well enough, the aggregator will be able to negate something on the field as far as spell and trap effects. But like, I mean, any potential monster effect, it's a little tricky.
Normal effect.
Going to be normal summoning Sylvie, activating its effect.
It's going to go for Tails of the White Forest. Tails just lets you add a White Forest card from your deck to your hand, I believe. And also if it's into the graveyard, it can reset itself.
Yep, going to be synchro summoning, using those two into
Griselia.
A White
Griselia,
Forest
the
card
sinister
or a
soul of the
light
White
card?
Forest. So he's going to send the Tails to be able to add. Let's see what he goes for. Maybe the new LZ, Sinful Spoils of the White Forest. Yep, that's what he's going for. And then the Tails will reset itself, so he kind of gets 2 cards to the price of 1 here. You're doing a lot with. Wait, can he reset? Does it reset itself with Dweller? Or Dweller's only monster effects, right?
Nope,
Yeah.
Dweller's all card effects.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there we go. They caught it. I'm not going to tell them to catch anything anymore. I'm not falling.
No, that's not how this works, Billy.
I'm not
We're
doing
not going
that.
to be wrong every time.
No, but the LZ at least is on the field. Is the level 2 tuner along with the level 6 synchro. So I think it's a synchro tuner, honestly. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a synchro tuner. But I think, is the new LZ a tuner also? It is, right? Yep. No, it's not. So he could
goes
synchro.
into Diabell.
Yep. Diabells. And since he uses synchro tuner, he can add back a Speller Trap from the graveyard to the hand.
I mean, he can go for that thrust because several monster effects were activated. I mean,
Yeah.
the detonator did not impact that. There was Dweller activation as well. That's his imperm column.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, he used it from the hand, right?
No, it was set.
Was it?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I don't know. Thrust is going to get triple tag talent. I told you, not again. Nope. I trust our judges to figure if it is what it is, then I believe in our judges and trust them fully. So Thrust is going to get triple tag his talent. Talon's going to draw 2
It
cards.
was 2 acts.
Just got to go fast. Go fast. Got to go fast. Draws into 2 cards. I don't think he's going to be able to do too much, though. I don't think it'll end up mattering. He's going to be able to attack over one of the face-down Raziel monsters he put face down. But not a lot going on for Donald here after that. And it's a pass. Now Austin will draw for his turn.
He has the bonfire to start off, but there's still the X on the field. He's going to be able to overlay them.
I was right. I'm going to be in main phase. I'm going to flip this.
Yes.
Oh, no,
Wait,
no. Okay.
of
It's
course
fine.
not.
We can go. There's still Fiendsmith cards. Don't forget.
I want to see the attack twice with the Eclipse Twins. But he's just going to link those two monsters away into Moon of the Closed Heaven.
Into Requiem.
It's a light fiend, so
That'll be met with a hash. But now,
No
I'll be activating Bonfire. Bonfire can do the rest of the work it needs. We're going to get a copy of Ice Ryzeal. Normal summon Ice Ryzeal. Let's see if there's a response. Ice Ryzeal resolves.
it's going to be able to special summon from the deck.
Copy of X Ryzeal. X Ryzeal will then be able to activate. Gonna grab another copy of Sword.
He's going to utilize the overlay network and
A
summon
Duo
Duo
Drive.
Drive.
Duo Drive is able to activate its effect, attaching another copy of Ice from the graveyard to itself. And then detaching, looks like both copies of Ice.
Probably going to grab Cross.
And just
Yeah.
anything else here.
Yeah, he's just moments away from cleaning up this matchup.
Cannot duo actually.
Oh, he cannot
Okay,
resolve for
one
2?
target. Does that matter, or do I just put the? Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Is Duo exactly 2?
I think so, yeah. I think you have to add 2.
How did that come up in a while?
I've never seen it come up, honestly.
Sorry, I gotta. You know what?
Austin's got to reassess now. Maybe getting a little too ahead of himself.
It's interesting to know that there are 0 other like Ryzeal cards in your deck besides the Cross.
Quite unfortunate.
He did use 3 ice turn 1. I do
Yeah.
remember that now. That was a lot.
So 3 Ice, 3 X, the Sword, and the Node are all represented.
Duo drive to attack.
Yeah, it's
It's 28 and that's 22.
Yep, because of the boost of Duo Drive, from having 3 material, it's a plus 300 for all his monsters, or his Xyz monsters, minus 300 for his opponent's monsters.
33.
Another 33 from the detonator.
Alright. Proceed end phase, I'll present counter to
On
All right.
I will activate.
You're going to be using Sylvie in the end phase to put a Synchro back in the extra deck and summon itself with its effects negated.
I'm gonna chain detonator
Interesting.
to
Target.
This
target
is
stuff.
detonator will go after himself and protect himself. So he doesn't know that the Sylvie's effect
Wait,
comes
Shoot
out
down
negated.
Summon add.
Yes.
Shoot down summon add. Okay, yeah.
Its effects are negated when it summons back from the graveyard.
I did not-
Unfortunate that you didn't check that.
Okay. Anything on chains? Nope. No chains.
Are they? Yep. Well,
It's the effect of Sylvie, not
this
the
turn
evolve,
did not go the way Austin was intending, I don't
Yeah.
think. Being out of the Ryzeal cards, I mean, this is an opening for Donald,
Yeah,
honestly.
there's no interruptions here, so...
Diabell
sending for
Star.
Diabell- I thought it was a tribute summon for a second. I was confused, but yeah. Oh, but there is an effect Veiler to meet that.
Unfortunate.
If there's any way to continue extending. There's still the Sylvie. Normal summon another Sylvie here. That's a lot of Sylvies.
The White Forest is large.
Ever so vast.
Ever so vast, and looks like he's thinking, does he want to add? Oh, no. He's going to add something else.
Don't have any other targets.
No other target, so he's going to add. I can't tell which White Forest card that is because his hand is covering it.
Is it Sinful Spells the White Forest?
Yes.
It is Sinful Spells the White Forest.
Oh, sorry.
Interesting. This is a brand new one, Out of Supreme Darkness. And it lets you do things if you control a Fiend Illusion or a Spellcast monster. You can either special summon a Fiend Illusion or Spellcast monster from your hand, or you can fusion summon. And it also has that classic White Force effect. If it's into the graveyard, it can reset itself. Sylvie's going to be able to summon itself from the graveyard by shuffling back one of those synchros to the extra deck.
All right, well, now his only option with the Sinful Spoil is to fusion summon. What can he make?
Maybe an Azamina. He has.
That would make sense.
He could go into Moa Regina and pop a couple cards, or he's just going to link away into Silhouette Rabbit.
Does Silhouette Rabbit have any more targets? We did use the Azure Rune in the beginning of this game as well, right? Does he have 2?
I don't think so. Maybe he doesn't.
Did he forget? I feel like, because usually the game just don't go like this. So he should check his graveyard real quick. Yep. Yeah.
Oof. This has been a game.
I activated back.
This has been a game of all time for sure. But I'm enjoying it. Like, this is when Yu-Gi-Oh's at its best.
Yeah, a little wacky.
I still swear by the Imperm column, and I'll go back to check earlier. Like,
Oh yeah.
I do not know what you're talking about. I want no part of this.
he's now
But
going to
he
use
is-
the effect of fusion summon using an
Simple-
illusion monster. And what type of Sylvie?
Spellcaster, I want to say.
Spellcaster, yes.
Sorry, thinking.
That goes into
Oh, so the
Murcielago.
Silhat Rabbit's the fiend. Okay, so you go into. So now we can add a sinful spoil. Okay.
As me, never said this.
Well, Silhat Rabbit's an illusion, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yep. Illusion plus spellcaster.
Yes.
There you go.
Now we have access to Deception.
Activate.
Wanted can let him draw a card because that is a sinful spoil. Very necessary draw right now. Oh,
The effect failure was used this turn, right?
This
Yes.
activated this one?
it was
the dead-
used on.
No, it was the yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
did.
feel it. Draw 2.
Yeah.
Draw 2.
Wow.
Wow. We can see what he drew. I know you at home
I was
can't.
looking.
Well, that's what he drew. He's gonna send the
I
Super
love
Ball,
that one.
and somehow I don't know how.
I also almost fumbled.
Somehow Donald takes game number 2 here with the Toy Azumina, white for his strategy, pushing things to a game 3. Austin's going to have to shake off the nerves from that match and tighten the screws there for game number 3.
I couldn't really tell you what happened. I'm not like there was a series of events happening from both sides. I couldn't, But now we're here.
We're here, and we get to see a game 3. This time, Austin will be able to go first for the first time in the match. We're going to see how that plays a role in the game.
I mean, Detonator is, I believe, very powerful into a lot of the cards in the strategy. But we've seen it be defeated in this instance with having no cards in hand. So potentially, with 6 cards in hand, a couple material Detonator might not be as big of a threat.
Maybe not. Who knows what's going to happen? Really, anything can happen. It's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to see. You know what Austin really needed that game? Pot of Avarice. That would have been nice. I think just like the Roselia, or not the
That's what
Silvera.
Cross is, Billy.
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
know, but he couldn't get to it. He couldn't get to it. He didn't have enough Roseal monsters. He got them all out of his deck turn 1 without accessing Cross. I really just think he walls for 2 for the Silvera, but having those 2 monsters go face down, I guess was just such a key timing that it really messed up Austin's strategy there.
You would have had to normal summon Ice and simply not used its effect. Just to leave 1 monster in the deck for Cross, or you just
Is
have
that
to
something you think about? Like, I don't think he realized how he was just depleted so quickly.
I mean, something to something to improve on. You can always be a little bit more aware of your situation when resolving an effect that is forced to add 2 cards.
And he plays 3 sword. I mean, maybe after you side deck, you don't have 3 copies of Sword Raziel in your deck, because that is something you can probably do a flex to take a couple out for some important side deck cards. But I love the aesthetics here. Like, if someone were to ask me, where do you think Donald's from? And I were to look at him right now, I'd be like, oh, he's from Florida. He's living in the sunshine.
Might be
for
from
sure.
Hawaii.
Could be Hawaii, too, for sure. But I got to give me one of those shirts. Now his opponent, Austin, definitely needs to shake it off. I've been in this position before. Like, sometimes you just make mistakes. You lose games that you feel like you should have won. But it's over. It's in the past. You got to just focus on what's now, here now, and not think about anything that could have been, should have been, would have been. We only exist in
I just hope
the
he
present.
learned exactly where the errors came from. Because beyond that Rise of Cross thing, I think
I still don't know.
no, it was the Sylvie at the end when you tried to negate a Sylvie that was going to be negated anyway. So we detached all his materials from his detonator.
Oh, that was where they just
Yeah.
where he chained detonator to this target detonator.
So
and
that
then
activator can
protect
negate the
detonator?
Sylvie that's already negated.
That was probably a key moment of that game for sure. But it looks like the players have shuffled up, side decked, and they have their hands drawn. So we are about ready to jump into it. It's game number 3. One of these players will be walking away undefeated. 7-0. A huge start, guaranteeing that you will be coming back tomorrow to play some more rounds before we cut the top 64. Now let's see what Austin can do going first. He's going to start with Fiendsmith Engraver. He's going to send it to the graveyard to add a Fiendsmith Speller Trap. It's going to be Fiendsmith's track, but Droll and Lockbird. That's huge.
That is a huge Droll and Lockbird. I looked at the rest of his hand. That's very punishing, but we do have the Ice Raziel here potentially continue.
Yeah, not as much, but at least it'll give him at least a rank 4 at minimum, so he'll at least have detonator.
I mean, he's still able to go into the Fiendsmith line here if he wants to, if he has any way to extend from his hand already.
Very true, very true.
But I wonder if it is just a detonator. Considering his options here, yeah, it looks like he's going to try to go into some more Fiendsmith options.
Yeah, it's correct.
It goes into
Requiem
Exaton.
resolves, no Ash Blossom here.
That would have been devastating.
Lacrima.
Lakma able to send down that
Yes.
Fiendsmith in Paradise to have an additional interruption on your opponent's turn.
I'm going to
Now-
engraver target the Excite Zone.
Yeah, the Engraver is able to use its effect.
I'm going to attempt to Requiem equip.
Okay, it looks like we're going to be going into Necroquip here. Into the DD Wave King High Caesar. Unfortunately in attack position.
Oh, is that unfortunate? Lightning Storm?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, he's not unfortunate yet unless he has the Lightning Storm in hand.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Oh, I see. You're a man with a, you can see,
Oh, no.
No, not like this. Not like this. Happens to the best of us.
It certainly does. How far did it fall? Is it off the stage? Like
I will do a effect on res of that.
at resolution of the Lightning Storm is using
I'm going to attempt to Lacrima target Requiem.
using Requiem for Lacrima.
And
Okay.
then I'm going to attempt to Requiem effect.
Plus from the deck.
Interesting. I wonder what the necessity is to do this right now
Are you
when you already have Fiendsmith in Paradise in the graveyard.
Just to get more light fiends, so when you shuffle back for Desiree, you have follow-up still? And
I mean, at the very minimum, you already had Lacrima access.
yeah.
And you have Tracked in your hand.
Sorry.
You're under Droll then, right?
Well,
Or no,
it's-
that was
it's-
last turn. That
yeah,
was last turn.
You're not
Yeah.
even, it's not even your turn anymore.
It's not even,
Lacrima?
yeah.
Lacrima.
Just go ahead and do it, just to do it.
How's that effect?
All right, you can use Elzette of the White Forest. Going to send the Hollowed Azamina from his hand to the graveyard, special summon out Elzette, and special summoning a White Forest monster from the deck.
Going to likely be summoning or adding a copy of
Anything on
Sylvie
that?
to the hand. Sylvie's the normal summon, going to be able to use its effect here, try to add one of those White Force spells or traps. Going to grab the Woes.
Whoa! Woes of the White Forest. Really good card. It's my...
Wait for it.
No,
No.
not gotcha. Thought you were gonna get me. Not today, Josh. And now he's gonna synchro summon for a level 6. Is it gonna be Silvera? Nope, it's going to be Reselia, the Sinister Soul of the White Forest.
Going to discard the Woes.
Paradise.
And then Paradise will trigger on the summon.
Gonna banish that so he can send a Fiendsmith monster from his deck to the
But
graveyard.
he has the Ash Blossom for it.
Whoa! As Blossom enjoys spring, going to stop it. And now he's going to be able to add the Elzette, Sinful Spoil the White Forest, straight out of Supreme Darkness, reset the Woes to the Spell and Trap Zone. I like what I'm seeing here. Let's go, White Forest. See, no toys. Maybe the toys just aren't it. Maybe you just got to go full-on White Forest. Because when he doesn't draw the toy cards, his deck is operating at, like, maximum efficiency. Like, what if those toy cards were just, like, Bestials or something? You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like Austin doesn't believe enough in his Detonator.
I mean, I would have just gone Detonator, yeah, instead of the Fiendsmith stuff. I love Detonator. That card's incredible. I don't know why people aren't using it.
Oh, yeah.
Arguably one of the
it was
best cards
the
of this
spell card.
format.
Off of
I love hearing him talk. Wanted. So he added back the Hollowed Azamina by putting back the card, and now he added Wanted, activate Hollowed Azamina, chain Wanted. We saw this earlier in the other Azamina deck we had on stream. Love the combos.
Powerful play. Taking away some of the disadvantage of being able to fusion summon using face-up cards on the field, you get the value from activating the card while still being able to send it for the fusion summon.
I would love for people to,
revealing
also have to respect,
Archipelago.
Azamina White Forest as one of the contenders of this format. I see the Magistus Churrozo.
Yeah, one of
his
the
extra
other
two.
new
That'd be a
additions.
cool one.
That's a very powerful one. Very similar to the Necroquip Princess.
Now he's adding the Sinful Spoils of the White Forest.
Can actually use it to summon from hand this time. Doesn't have to fusion summon. But likely will. We have the Woe
This is
set.
a cool deck. I really like White Forest.
I wonder if
Heck.
Donald will be able to close out the game right now while he has his opening.
Yep, Sylvie's going to be able to summon itself back by returning that Synchro to the extra deck.
Ah, I'm so sorry, man.
Womp womp. Now he's
Synchro
Synchro,
Chaos
those
Angel,
two monsters are
and
Chaos
there's the
Angel.
Lacrima.
No, yeah, that's awesome. Chaos Angel, and made with a light and a dark also, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Bellstar, and that's it! Wow!
Yeah,
An unexpected victory. Austin's going to be beating himself up about that one. The Droll and Lockboard just shutting down his hand with a bunch of cards that add, and Donald leaning over. He can't believe he won. I can't believe he won.
Now I feel really bad about the Infirm thing. I feel like I should have said something, but
I mean, you better be right. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah,
We'll just keep moving on from that. But, it's awesome to see Donald be able to take the game here. It really shows how much damage this deck can put out pretty easily with just a few cards. I mean, the LZ of the White Forest is an incredible card. In fact, the brand new LZ Azamina of the White Forest just gives you so much access. And I'd love to see Diabellstar the Black Witch making a return appearance. I was worried once original Sinful Spoils was gone, we weren't going to see the Sinful Spoils package as much, but showing that it's still good, can still take down some of the best decks of the format. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too, Austin. My hands are in the air.
Where's
as
Tyree?
well.
What's he got to say?
I don't know. He stopped texting me after I shouted him out, so I'm sure he has plenty to say to his protege here. But yeah, congratulations to Donald. Moving on 7-0 with Azamina White Forest, toy Azamina White Forest. But, I'm not feeling the toy cards after.
There were too many toys. There was enough toys in game one to make it for the entire match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's happy about it. He's not as happy, but it's okay. One loss doesn't mean as much. I mean, you still have a couple more rounds to play for the day. You can take a couple losses and still probably make that top 64 cutoff, which is what you really need to do is to get to that single elimination portion of the tournament.
Yeah, and we mentioned because it is 12 rounds into top 64, pretty much everyone with 2 losses, not guaranteed everyone, but most everyone with 2 losses will be making it into that top 64. So you feel very comfortable, especially when you haven't lost yet up to this point in the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. And when these kind of things happen all the time, in terms you win games that you're not supposed to win. And you can't be like, well, I shouldn't have won that game. No, you should have won the game because you did win that game.
Yeah.
So you just have to take it in stride and keep trying. I mean, he drew horrible pretty much the first 2 games. We even saw him try and set the Azaroon, but now we realize he was just going the Silhouette Rabbit because he needed the Illusion Monster so he could do the Fusion Summon for his Azamina Fusion. And when I first read the Azamina cards, it's okay, you can cheat them out with a Hollowed Azamina, attributing the Sinful Spoils to special summon them. But the conditions, the fusion requirements for them, it's perfect for White Forest. You can always have illusions and spellcasters and find ways to hard make them, and especially focusing on LZ Azamina of the White Forest, it really bridges that all together because you're able to fusion summon for something like Moa Regina, and then it comes back, and then you can synchro summon on top of that. You get access to a Sinful Spoil after that, and it just keeps on going and going. And I'm excited to see this deck. I hope we get to see a couple of the Azamina White Forest decks in Top Cut. There's more out there that are doing well, and we've been seeing them, throughout the whole day. Every time we look at all the matchups, they're at round in the top tables. They're still undefeated at 7-0, something a lot of people probably didn't expect.
Honestly, I'm still thinking about that game and exactly where everything went kind of wrong, but Game 3, I don't know if you could ever win that game.
The Droll was just,
Yeah,
the Droll
it
was
backbreaking
key.
for sure.
Yeah, the Droll, especially when you had 2 bonfires, and you just start with the Engraver. He had ice, but yeah, the Caesar in attack mode getting lightning stormed was just not great.
I don't even remember how much defense Caesar has. I feel like it's not
Not
very
a lot.
big. Yeah, putting in defense mode is usually pretty critical. Maybe a detonator there would have gotten him a little bit further, but it still wouldn't have had that much material. Lightning Storm would have at least baited one of the materials, right?
Mhm.
And it didn't have that much to attach. So
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have gone really well for him anyways. And it's also you can't anticipate your Fiendsmith in Paradise, the disruption you're setting up on top of the Caesar. You do have more disruptions going the Fiendsmith route, but he had the Lightning Storm for the Caesar. He had the Ash Blossom for the Fiendsmith in Paradise. It was just the Droll for the Engraver. It was just spelled disaster there for Austin, and now Donald moves on. But we're going to hear from Donald. Kangas is standing by with our winner for the round, so take it away, Kangas.
Thank you very much. I'm live here with Donnie after your feature match win. Congratulations. A wild match, to say the least. I want to give you time to decompress and think about that match. What was it like being up on the feature match stage and playing in front of everybody?
It was certainly intimidating. It was fun, though. My opponent was really fun. He loved it. He was having a good time.
It seemed like you're having a good time, and it seemed like you're having fun piloting a very fun deck as well, the White Forest Azamina with the Toy Box cards as well. Why'd you want to play that deck?
It's my favorite deck. I like Synchros right now and Fusion, so it's a combo of both. Combo decks are my thing, and it can play low to the ground if it needs to with Woes. Woes is the best card.
Well, it's doing incredibly well for you right now. What do you think about your matchups against a lot of what you've been playing? What have you been playing mostly in this tournament?
3 Ryzeal, 3 Malice, and 1 Fiendsmith Cash, and it was pretty good. I didn't win a lot of dice rolls either. I've just been playing through boards. The deck just keeps going. It's super good.
Well, hey, you're piloting it well. We're excited to see what you can do going forward in this event. But I got to bring something up because the casters were talking about a couple of times. You're wearing the shirt, you got the shorts on, you got the mustache, which looks fantastic, by the way, I got to say. What does the term Florida man mean to you, Donnie? Can you explain it for me and everyone at home?
Hey, we're just brave people. Courage, that's about all.
Courage and bravery, everybody. Thank you, Donnie. Congratulations on the win. And we're going to send it back to the casters.